Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we're doing another emoji monster mash. I've been loving these. These are so fun, and they're such a good, creative juice swirler. I'm very excited to jump into another one of these. So today we're going to be going into the YouTube comments for our suggestion, and I'm going to do Raven's Minis, which was a raven or crow emote, a little plant, almost like a vine emote, and then a sparkle emote. I thought this would make a really cool, fae creature, and I was so excited when I saw this combo. So I'm gonna jump in, get some sketches going, and we're gonna see what this final emoji creature could be. All right, let's jump in to this next emoji monster mash. So when I first initially saw the emojis and the idea overall, I was a little perplexed on exactly what I wanted to do. I knew that it could make maybe some cool fae-like creature, and I was thinking about okay, well, I could make the wings look like leaves and add kind of a leaf effect throughout a lot of the feathers. But then the sparkle thing, I was well, I was thinking back to the recent Monster Mash collab where we did that bison octopus sparkle mushroom combo. And with that one, I was well, I've already used the idea of fireflies for a sparkle, and I don't really want to redo that again for a creature. And so I was just going back and forth on exactly how I wanted to do these sparkles. So I was doing this initial sketching and thinking about different plants I could use, because I know the emoji was a vine type of plant, but I'm let's open it a little bit more broadly and see what other plants we could use. And so when I was looking through and finding references and different things, I did grab some vines, but then I was oh my gosh, what if we found some type of plant that glows, and that could be the sparkles. So I did some Googling in the initial phase of this, and I landed on bioluminescent plants, and I'm these are so freaking cool. I found this one that I think you probably saw the reference for it already, but it basically was, I don't know how to describe it, almost like a sunburst of spots coming from the center of the leaf and transitioning from this whitish green into green into blue dots. And I was oh, that would be perfect. Let's take that and that concept and apply it to the rest of this design and overall look. And so in my rough sketches, I did do a quick color test as well, because I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to land with these colors, but I knew I wanted to have those greens and blues. So I was let's try that out. And then one of my reference images, which was this beautiful purple flower, I was we could bring in the purples and do an amazing cool toned piece. And I was very excited after hitting that and then figuring out our general color palette from my really rough color concept. And so with the sketching figured out and out of the way, I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to show this creature and show off the creature design. Because in my head, I was thinking how these things would exist is when their wings are closed, you can see kind of the stripes of the greenish highlight along its chest, but those I don't think would be as bright as the underside of the wings. So I wanted the exterior of the wings to be in the darker bluish, blackish tones, but still have a couple spots, but then the underside of the wings are where it's really bright. And I was thinking about it too, and I think this could do we could make a really cool lore around it that's similar to a will-o-wisp. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but I was thinking about this the other day where it could be when people saw little things of fire floating through the forests, or they just see kind of these shapes of color going through the trees. I'm oh my gosh, what if it's this raven thing, it's this crazy bright color and it's in this bluish tone. And I just think about the movie Brave and how it had the little blue flame will-o-wisps. That's what I can think of with this. It's maybe this is kind of a trick of the eye for people, and they think it's some floating spirit or fire or flame or something as it's flying through the trees. And then maybe also it gives me also I guess the Cheshire Cat vibes from Alice in Wonderland with the chest with those stripes of color. they almost look like they could be like half-lidded eyes or like smiles. So maybe that also tricks people into thinking there's this weird multi-mouthed creature looking at them in the dark. Like if they can't see the rest of this creature and they just see like 6 bands of like almost smiling shaped chest and then like the 2 little beady eyes at the top, I think that would look really creepy just sitting on a branch, especially with its wings closed. So I'm gonna have to think about some fun lore that could go with this, of like maybe some folklore that surrounds it, of what it actually is. Maybe we could relate it to the Will-O-Wisp folklore. But I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments as well, because like I could see this being for like the next creature compendium. I want it to be like a fae creature, but I also like the aspect that it's like part plant. So I don't know if we can like double up on creature type, but I know for sure, I think this thing could be a really cool fae creature that stays in these like enchanted woods, or like maybe some of like the nearby residents don't really see them as enchanted but more haunted because these things are seen as weird floating spirits. Oh, or it could even have like the idea of they're like spirit guides. So if anyone ever really fully sees the creature, they're like, oh, this thing is a bad omen because it's here to collect your spirit and take you to the other side. I don't know. I think that would be really cool too. I feel ravens have had that association in the past as well. I know they have like quite a few different associations with like, you know, they're pictured a lot with like witches, and I feel they're pictured a lot with the idea of like the afterlife and spirits. And then you could even go into Norse mythology with like Odin's 2 ravens, things like that. I feel we could do a lot of really cool tie-ins with this one into like local mythos or local tales, and I think it would be really sick. So I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below if you can think of any like fun backstory that you'd like to share. I'm brainstorming some stuff for the creature compendium, but if you can think of any like really cool stuff, I would love to hear it, because yeah, I want this thing to have a really fun backstory or a really fun way that it interacts with the world around it, you know? So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. The colors are gorgeous. I love the glow effect that this brings. And this was a really unexpected emoji mash that ended up working out in a different way than I, originally anticipated, but it turned out beautifully. And there we have it. We have our final emoji mash. Oh, I love how this one turned out. It's so cool. It's so colorful. I loved using the bioluminescent plants for this one. I was kind of trying to figure out how to incorporate the sparkle with like the plant and crow aspect. And I feel using like a bioluminescent plant was just, it was so perfect. It adds such a cool glow effect to this final like raven plant mash. And I love this creature. This for sure is going to go in a future creature compendium and be some cool like fae creature. Oh my God, this would make an epic like sorcerer companion, or maybe a druid companion. Oh, this would be so cool. Can you imagine your character with like this little thing propped up on your shoulder? It'd be so cool. Thank you again, Ravens Minis, for a really fun suggestion. And if you guys would like to maybe have a suggestion of yours made, leave 3 emoji combos down in the comments below. I'm only doing 3. I've seen some of you submitting like 5 or 6, so only 3 together, please. But put them down in the comments below of some combos that you're thinking of that I could create into future creatures or character designs. Thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video. I want to give a shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and my art business. Without you, this ship would not be sailing, so I really appreciate your support. If you guys would like to get some fun goodies in the mail every month, you can go check out my mail club on my Patreon, or I have a tip what you want if you want to just throw me $1 every month to help this artist kind of get her business off the ground, you know? Your help really directly funds this business and helps me create what I do. It's right now helping fund an editor that's been really a big help for me, especially during this con season. And then it's also helping me buy like new products and new goodies for conventions. So I really appreciate your guys' support, whether it's on Patreon, watching here, commenting, subscribing, liking, all of that helps so much. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to doing another emoji mash. These are really fun and I think are going to be a very great staple for the channel moving forward. And I love this Fae one. So leave me a couple more suggestions down in the comments. But either way, thank you guys again for stopping by and I'll see you all next time. Bye everybody.